ETH, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, as we can see, the price start to drop. If we refer to our analysis, that's why when the price we mentioned, whoever get the trade within this move, they have to move their, start to manage, because we mentioned we want the price to break the previous top, which is we're referring to this. All right, that's why we mentioned if you want to get any trade within this range until the price haven't broke the previous top, okay, which we're referring to this top around 1870, any trade we consider as a short-term trade, because we were expecting either the price move for the bigger correction or reversal. This is what we get. By the way, most of the charts we get this down move. Now the question is whether this is the start of the down move, or we expecting to get the more complex correction before the price continue. Okay, in this case we start with higher time frame, we see how we can trade it. As we can see, based on daily chart, we have been looking for this correction to get the reversal. This is what we get. But we mentioned we want the price to break the previous top. Now we want to see whether we get the correction here for continuation, or with this, the price can reverse. But mostly we're looking for the correction. The question is how deep this correction can be. And if we move to forward chart, that's why, again, we mentioned we want the price to break the previous top, 1870, before we get, I mean, then from there we can look for continuation. And now this is what we get. Right now we don't have any trade set up. Now the question is again whether this is a more we can expect for deeper or more complex correction before we get for next move. And the good thing is if we can get the correction, the next move can simply break the stop and continue. But can this one turn to a correct reversal? Also, yes. That's why if anyone get the trade within this move, they have to start to manage, because still we can look for this possibility for one more drop. All right, but right now we cannot confirm whether this is the correction for continuation or the start of the reversal, because whatever we have here is not enough to for us to make a decision. Because if we get a correction, we can look for continuation. If the price start to continue, give a flag, we can look for reversal as well. Okay, by the way, the only things right now we need to do, whatever trade we have within this move, we start to manage. And if we move to 1 hour chart, as I explained, we cannot confirm right now either we can look for buy or sell, because still we can look for this as expanding flat. That's why if we want to look for trade, the best things is we look for the reversal. First of all, if this one turn to a deeper correction or more complex correction turn to a flat, can give us better confirmation, and the next move can easily break the previous top and continue, which I mean here 1944. But how about if the price reverse from here? Still we can look for this one as expanding flat. But whether we can get any trade setup within this range or not, it depends, because at least we need to get the sharp move flag. Okay, but if the price continue from here, reverse, we couldn't get the any trade setup, then at that time so we can wait for the breakout of this top. And the best thing is we wait for the breakout of the previous top, which is 1870. Then any flag above that we look for buy. Okay, but the best things again, we need to see what we get here before we look for trade. And if there is a continuation with any flag, this is where we need to be quite careful. Maybe this is the start of the down move. Okay, by the way, we don't have right now any proper trade setup. The only thing is we want to see whether this is the expanding flat or not. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.